This podcast is brought to you by Body Armor. Drink BodyArmor.com. Get your edge.
Introducing Body Armor Edge, sports hydration with the boost of caffeine.
Here comes John Morant, dribbles up into some full court pressure. He's quick, Josh is blowing by the defense, going coast to coast. One man to beat, and it's the big man. John leaps up. Oh, and hammers
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, there's no better way for John Morant to get his edge. It's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge.
You're listening to EPPN's Today with DW.
Welcome, everybody, to the Thursday night edition of Today with DW. It is the evening edition. A little offset because I did one this morning. Hopefully you guys caught it. It was really good. We had some fun conversations going on. I started out doing the morning edition way back in April of last year, April 7th to be exact. And because I couldn't get a show on last night, you know what? We got advertisers, we got sponsors. They got to be happy. And more importantly, I got to make you guys, the listeners, happy. So I put out a special edition for this morning to catch up from last night. I had some podcast work to do. I had my 3 o'clock in the morning voice going on. Welcome to 95.9 Love All Night. Yeah, I don't know why. I have the 3 o'clock in the morning voice going on. But anyway, thank you for joining me on the night edition. It's throwing me off a little bit. 2 shows in one day. Now I've done more than 2 shows. I've done 4 I did 4 the other day this past week. 4 podcasts for new podcasting and some new people coming into the studio, which we'll hear more about soon down the road. But I don't usually do 2 shows a day of Today with DW. So it's throwing me off a little bit. And I was like, what do I do? So in the morning, I have everything prepped for the nighttime show. And I'm like, you know what? We got The More You Know, which you guys love, Strange Tales, and Hollywood Happenings. And then I'm like, well, what am I going to do tonight? So I'll probably, if some of you are listening in the beginning, you'll probably hear a little bit of what you heard this morning with The More You Know, just to give our people that didn't listen in the morning the version at night. So bear with me in the beginning moments. So we'll go through national holidays and whatnot. We are not, but tonight's different because we're taking a deep dive into Food Town, which is one of our most popular segments. And we have a good sponsor for that segment coming your way, Holy Grail Steaks. HolyGrailSteaks.com. Visit them. They got some great things going on, and they're going to be doing a Mother's Day special. And for just for you listeners, there's a special discount code for that. Make sure treat mom good. What mom doesn't like steak? Come on. Anyway. So like I said, I'm a little offset. Now, we did talk a little bit about asking for a friend, which you guys, if you're familiar with the show, asking for a friend is kind of a joke in a way where, our friends ask us, air quotes. If you're listening to the audio version, I'm doing the air quotes. I'm asking for a friend. 9 times out of 10, it's for them. It's someone awkward or something quirky or whatnot. So, but we did that this morning. Listen to that. I'm not going to repeat it, but listen to that and give me your thoughts on that question of the day. It wasn't anything too serious. It was kind of fun, and those questions aren't supposed to be too serious. It's supposed to be just for fun, and I enjoy doing those. Oh, you know what? I forgot to move my banner. Look at that. Well, what the hell? I guess I'll move it on the next commercial break. It's just sitting there, and usually it's covering my door. And we got a new camera set up, so we're working on. I'm liking this 3 o'clock in the morning voice right now. Love hits of the 90s on 95.9. I don't know why. Sometimes it just comes and goes. 3 o'clock in the morning voice is a joke for mine when I would be working at the bar all night. For years, and you've been there for 8 to 9, 10 hours, and it's just like, yep, all right, my voice has had it, and that's what it is. But I guess maybe it's a good thing. Maybe I should do a 1-900 number, $1.99 a minute. The first minute's $5.99 connection fee, but hey, I think I have a good voice. It's funny now that I bring that up. Excuse me a moment. Great for audio as I'm taking a drink. Somebody told me the other day, like, you have a great radio voice. And I'm like, what? I hate my voice. I very rarely ever re-listen to any of the podcasts unless I'm editing really quick. I'm not a fan of my voice, but I've been told numerous times that I have a good radio voice. I guess I have a face for radio as well. Where's that? There we go. But I don't know if Silly agreed that I have a good radio voice. It just happens to be that I do podcasts, but hey, whatever. Anyway, it is Thursday. What are you guys doing for the weekend? We're supposed to have some good weather up here in upstate New York. Hopefully the weather will be good wherever you are. Let me know what you guys are doing for the weekend. I usually ask that on Wednesdays, just to see what you guys got planned, what you're doing. I'd love to know. I'm not me. You're asking me? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing for the weekend. I don't have anything really set in stone. I try to unplug a little bit on the weekends as far as being online. I know I do have a brand new Spilling the Tea on Tarot with Sherry and Sonia. That's our monthly podcast, their monthly podcast. They'll be here Saturday morning, and we'll be talking with Jess Hill, who is a Reiki master and a practicing animal Reiki practitioner as well. So we're gonna have a four-legged friend coming in the studio, which will be live Saturday morning starting at 10 o'clock right here on the network. And we'll be talking with them and the four-legged friendly person here. I don't know his name or her name, but it is a dog. So it'll be interesting to see how we do that and what they have to offer. It's always fun with that podcast. I wish it was more than just once a month, but it is what it is. And it's not worth missing. You definitely watch it. And obviously you can watch the replay. Obviously have the audio afterwards as well. But it's definitely worth, especially that show, especially we have Reiki master coming in and doing Reiki on practicing Reiki on a session on an animal. I think that's pretty cool. It's something that I've always been intrigued with about how it works. I just had my first Reiki session a couple weeks ago, and it was amazing. I'll be honest with you. Sherry, who is the co-host for Spilling the Tea on Tarot, she gave me a session and it was amazing. It's really awesome. I mean, I'm one of the biggest skeptics out there. We also do tarot card reading once a month, and that's a paid service or pay a subscription. You sign up for that and they teach you how to read tarot. They also do that once a month. And I've learned so much. And I got to tell you, Reiki, I've had pain in my shoulder for, I don't know, at least a year or so, kind of weird. And that took it away. It came back a few days later, but we're working on the sessions. We're going to be doing sessions every other week down the road to see if we can finally fix that. And it was really interesting. And if you ever have any questions or want to learn more about it, go over to Adirondack Zen's Facebook page. And there you'll be talking with Sherry or AdirondackZen.com and find out. It's worth it. It's awesome. Again, this is not a paid endorsement by any means. This is not paid advertising. It's not because they're a podcast on the studio. I really believe in it. I'd tell you if I didn't. I mean, you know me. You should know me by now. Even if you're first time listening, you know the tone of my voice. I'm not going to lie to you. I would tell you right off the bat whether or not I liked it or not. So today's show, we're going to get in, like I said, we're going to get into food time. We're going to get into a little bit more, and something that, one of the segments that we haven't done in a while is the junk drawer, which is another fan favorite. And you know what? It's full of junk today, definitely full of junk. And one of the things that I found was you can be Mr. Rogers. You can live in Mr. Rogers' house. How cool would that be? Want to be my neighbor? All that and more. I would say all that and more. We're not sure exactly yet, but yeah, all that and more when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Introducing Body Armor Edge, sports hydration with the boost of caffeine.
Kyler Murray drops back, looks downfield. Here comes the blitz. Murray finds an opening. And 99 dives and he misses. He's got daylight. Murray sprinting, picking up speed.
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, there's no better way for Kyler Murray to get his edge. It's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a Thursday night edition, evening edition, today with DW. I hope you're having a good day. Did you get a chance to check the morning edition? Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed the morning edition. It was fun. I actually really enjoyed the morning edition just because that's the way I started. And it brought back some good memories of me being over a year ago. Actually, April 7th is when I started. We were doing 9 to 10 in the morning. So I felt good doing the kind of like a podcast / morning drive time radio feel. We moved it to nighttime, I should say, because you guys requested it. It was a little bit easier once COVID was lifting up and people started going back to work. They felt that it was a little bit better. Most of the fans felt that it was a little bit better to listen at 6:30 to 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night. Now, I did get some fans this morning saying it's so much easier to listen to and watch your show and more enjoyable in the morning. I don't know. Maybe I opened up a can of worms. Who knows? I'm not sure. It's hard enough to do one show Tuesday through Friday. Now they want me to do two. Who knows? You never know. If you guys want it, maybe I will. What's going on, Al? Thanks for joining in. Hopefully, Al, you should go back and rewatch the morning show if you missed that this morning. We did a special edition. But let's get into today's The More You Know. Today's The More You Know is brought to you by Adventure Family Fun Center. They are open 100% right now. They are only again, reservations only to maximize, or I should say limit the size of people coming in because there's COVID restrictions on how many people can be in there. And to give you guys the maximum fun, make some reservations. Now, they are open Fridays from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sundays 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now, they are meeting all the COVID-19 protocols and policy and procedures and whatnot. If you need any more information, contact them at adventurefamilyfun.com. The guys are awesome. Their go-karts rock. So let's get into today's The More You Know. I'm getting, there we go. 17 days till Mother's Day. Did you get Mom a present? I asked that this morning, and I ask it every day because, as I said this morning, Mom brought you in this world. She can take you out. 39 days until Memorial Day, 59 days until Father's Day. Don't forget Dad. Dad always seems to be forgotten. 73 days until 4th of July, 137 days until Labor Day, 192 days till Halloween, which is my favorite holiday, 217 days until Thanksgiving, gobble, 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 220 days until Hanukkah, 240 days until Ho, 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 Christmas. Today's national holidays. It's Earth Day, baby. Did you do anything good today? Did you take care of her? Did you do something nice? Did you pick up some trash on the street? Even if it's one cup, at least you did your part. Each year on April 22nd, National Earth Day campaigns around the globe promote ways to save the earth. Now, what can you do? You're like, what can I do? You can support and use recycling programs in your community. Yes, every day is Mother's Day. Yes, it very well could be. Support and use recycling programs in your community, especially recycling in your garbage cans. There's always separate ones. You got the regular garbage, and I have one, and recycle. Volunteer to clean up local parks and streets on cleanup days. I've done that. No, it wasn't co-ordered. I did that. Support and frequent green businesses. Use reusable products versus disposable, like paper cups. Use a glass cup. Or, if you're going to bring a water bottle. Don't use paper cups. Plastic straws, paper straws, still kind of what is. Just don't throw them away. Repurpose items that have outworn their use. Shop secondhand and thrift stores for gently used items. Gently. Ooh. Use energy efficient appliances or line dry your clothes. Just the other day, I think earlier this week, it was let it all hang out, and that's putting your clothes on a line instead of using energy and using your dryer or whatnot. Save the energy. Walk or ride your bike to work if possible. I love bike riding now. Thanks again in the last couple of years. Carpool or make one trip instead of multiple trips to shopping. And lastly, encourage your favorite products to reduce their packaging. Definitely reach out to those companies or try to change their packaging. Make it more green, user-friendly. Today is also National Jelly Bean Day. It's definitely a thumbs down for me. I'm not a big jelly bean fan. How about you? Are you a jelly bean fan? Let me know. Never been a big fan. Not a big sweet tooth guy. In the 1930s, jelly beans became closely associated with the Easter holiday thanks to their egg-like shape. However, confectioners make jelly beans available all year long now, so there's no excuse not to enjoy them all time of the year if that's something you're into. Boston confectioner William Schraft made them popular during the Civil War. They've been around since the Civil War. How cool is that? With their firm exterior, jelly beans were the first candies sold by the pound. Schraft encouraged his customers to send them to Union soldiers. How cool is that? I think that's pretty cool. The 40th, another good little fun fact, the 40th president of the United States, Ronald Reagan, enjoyed jelly beans so much that they were present in his inauguration. He started eating them when he quit smoking years before. The Herman Gold's Candy Company supplied red, white, and blue jelly beans for the 1980 event. And at that time, there was no such thing as blue jelly beans. So they created a blueberry jelly bean for the first time, just for that inauguration. I think that's pretty cool. Today is also National Take Your Daughters and Sons to Work Day. Now, as I said, this on the earlier episode, a lot of you are probably working from home now, so their kids are home all the time or have been home before they went to school. So maybe it should be National Take My Kids Out of Here Day so I can have a break. But anyway, this annual event is an educational program in the United States, Canada, where parents take their children to work with them for one day. The day is designed to help children explore the workforce and inspires children to see the different rules required to run a business or build a project. They may find an interest in engineering, accounting, or art while spending the day with mom or dad. Why not? Might be fun. If you're in the kitchen now, don't let them use the knives. We're too young for that. Today is also, lastly up, is National Teach Children to Save Day, which my parents taught me how to save. Bangers across the country volunteer every year to teach children to save. Developing these habits at a young age creates a foundation for a lifetime of saving. Involving our children with a savings plan and money management skills prepare them for the solid future. I just started learning. I know. Better late than never, right? Right? Maybe. Probably should have started. I save all right. I do all right. Parents should teach children about financial matters so that when they head out into the world, they avoid pitfalls that can be financially devastating. We all know about that, don't we? With an early start on saving and understanding of budgeting their money, children will have solid habits that head into adulthood. Now, what would you do? What would you do to get the ball rolling? How about give them a piggy bank? Start them out. It's never too young to start them out with a piggy bank. If they got allowance, you put that money in there, teach them to save. Open up a savings account. Teach them about money management that way. Most banks will do that for you. Show them what things cost now at a young age. And I think even at my age, sometimes we don't understand the real relativity of money. Oh, I'm just going to have that. Also, in the same point, teach them the needs versus wants. We know what we want, but it's not what we need. Food, clothing, rent, those things are needs. You have to do that. Wants are, video games, toys, action figures. I don't know anything about action figures or buying them. I'm just saying. Just saying for a friend. Anyway, that is today's The More You Know. Brought to you by Adventure Family Fun Center here in upstate New York, Queensbury, New York, to be exact. Visit them at venturefamilyfun.com. So what are you guys doing for the weekend? I know I asked in the beginning of the show, but I always like to know what you guys are doing. Hopefully something fun, something creative. And I still didn't move my banner during that commercial break. There will be another commercial break coming up soon. So this morning, you guys missed some good Strange Tales. Go back and listen. There's some fun stuff. It seems with COVID, everybody likes to be going topless. I don't get it. When there's a pandemic, why do clothes need to come off? Asking for a friend. Not really, but seriously, what is it with pandemics or a serious outbreak of the bird flu? And people want to get naked through the streets and run rampant. There's nothing wrong with getting naked, there's nothing wrong getting naked in the right situation, just not running down the street. I've been known to have naked time late nights on a public street. I think my first naked time was at 3:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday, walking down a particular resort town from one end of the street to the next. All I had was my socks on. So let me just say that was a unique Sunday fun day. And that was recorded, by the way, by a good friend of mine when camcorders first came out. Do you remember the first camcorder? It was like this big. If you're listening to the audio version of this, just think it's like 4 times bigger than my head. And you put it on your shoulder, not like the little cameras that we have now. That was, let's just say it was it was an experience. I was, yeah, they kind of left me, just me and my socks. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was more like this.
You don't see that every day.
That's for damn sure. But yeah. Alice says, one of our listeners says he was going to go to the Shirt Factory this weekend, but my lady wants to go to Lake George. Yeah, you're better off going to the Shirt Factory. Tell your lady it's better off going there. not that they're just one of our advertisers, but it's an amazing place over there. They have some great stuff. April 30th, they're going to do a new, they're having a food truck corral event for helping out the South High marathon dance. And we'll give you more information on that tomorrow and going into next week. But they do a great job over there. I love the Shirt Factory. I can't spend enough time there. They're great. But yeah, no, back to the naked time. Yeah, naked time is for home. Okay. For home. I mean, if you got a backyard and you got a tall fence and you want to run around naked, that's fine too, but just not in public. Okay. I mean, show some respect. People don't want to see any of that stuff hanging out. Nobody wants to see that out hanging out. Nobody wants to see dropping balls. Yeah, on that note, okay. We're going to take a quick break so I can move move my banner. When we come back, you'll know the music. You know what that means. We're getting in the car and going to Food Town. Who doesn't like a good trip to Food Town? And like I said, I am looking forward to today's Food Town. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Calling it a day, Carrie?
Oh no, there's more.
Like what?
More reps, more steps. More this, more that. More time to breathe. More hustle, more grind.
There's more to Carrie Underwood.
And I should wrap by midnight.
Impressive.
And there's more to Body Armor Light with natural sweeteners, no sugar added, and only 20 calories.
3, 2, 1.
You're listening to EPPN's Today with DW.
Welcome back to the Thursday night edition Today with DW. How are you doing? I'm all pumped. It's my second Today with DW show today. We did the morning edition, had some fun with some peeps, had some good interaction. Rob was on from Iceland. I still can't get over it. He takes the time. He's on vacation and he's listening from Iceland. It's such an honor to have him. He's a great friend. Hopefully safe travels coming back, my friend. So as I said before the break, you hear the music. All right, let's get in the car. We're going to Food Town. So they say you'll know when you get to Food Town when you take a left past the guy in a poncho named Hank. Keep it on, Hank, this time. Whoa. Just keep driving. We're just going to keep driving. We're not going to look. Just keep going. Just keep going. Get into our favorite restaurant. Let's talk some Food Town news. What's going on in Food Town? Now, we talk a lot about fast food because they're making a lot of their fast food. I know. I have a few listeners. The SF, she's out there. Very health conscious, health food wise. And fast food's not good for you. I mean, I think everything's good in moderation if you don't overdo it. But fast food, because of the pandemic, has been going nuts. It's just easy. It's convenient. It's safe. You know, you just do the drive-through. You go in and get out. You feed the kids. You're done. Got a lot of other things to worry about. In between chicken wars, between the restaurants making new chicken dishes, like our advertisers, McDonald's, they got a new crispy chicken sandwich as well. They've just been advancing and they've been growing popular. So Taco Bell is testing its own meat alternative ahead of Beyond Meat. So now this might be a healthier option. Now we've had the Impossible Burger. I've not tried any of the Impossible Burgers yet. I know Burger King has one. I know a few local restaurants here do the vegan option. I should probably try it. I just don't think I can get past the fact that I know it's not burger. If somebody gave me one and didn't tell me it was that, like in the wrapper or whatever, then I might be okay because it looks like a hamburger. But anyway, Taco Bell has begun testing its own meat alternative, giving its vegetarian customers yet another reason to come back to its restaurants. The Yum Brands chain has previously been hesitant to add plant-based meat to its menus, citing the array of vegetarian options like potatoes and beans. They are already available as substitutes. In January, it changed course, announcing that would be a Best Beyond Meat alternative this year. First, customers will be able to try Taco Bell's own plant-based option made in the chain's test kitchen. It's Cafeterian Taco. It's a Cafeterian Taco, a vegetarian version of the Crunchy Taco Supreme. Features meat substitute made from a blend of peas and chickpeas. Yeah, there's a dramatic pause there. Made with peas and chickpeas. Now, I do like chickpeas. I don't know about that. The taco also comes with shredded cheddar, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and sour cream, and a crunchy shell. For now, the Cafeterian Taco is available only at one Taco Bell location in Tucson, California. The chain plans to test it until April 29th. Customers can also swap the meal alternative into other menu items like burritos or chalupas for no extra cost. Interesting fact, shares of Yum, which also owns KFC and Pizza Hut, have risen 44%, what I tell you, over the last year, giving the company a market value of $35.1 billion. Yum is expected to report its first quarter earnings on April 28th. The Mexican-inspired chain has largely bounced back from the coronavirus pandemic. They're still missing out on late night and morning sales. Now, they did jump up. Yeah, I can understand because, one, in New York State, there's no late night dining or the bars aren't open late. They just passed the law, I think, on Monday that bars can stay open until midnight. We're getting slowly opening up 100%. So that, back in the day, that was my late night, having a few drinks, friend driving me home. I'm like, hey, let's stop at Taco Bell. I need something to eat, so that's what it is. But we'll see what happens. Stouffer's. Come on, Stouffer's lasagna. Pre-made. I know, but it's so good. Love Stouffer's. Funny story before we get into the topic here, or into the article here, or what Stouffer's is going to be doing. We, on a side note, we had a local restaurant in Lake George. On the menu was homemade lasagna, single serving homemade lasagnas. Personal, like a personal pan pizza, but a personal lasagna. It was amazing. It was great. I used to get it all the time. And I was working next door, and I won't say the names. I was working next door at a bar, and I'm throwing the garbage out. And what do I see? The person in the restaurant coming out, their trash bag opens up, and 15 containers of Stouffer's lasagna fall out of the bag. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I'm like, I was shocked. I was just like in awe going, really? I really thought this was homemade and you did these because it was an Italian restaurant. I'm like, you're buying Stouffer's lasagna. I never went back, even though I do love Stouffer's lasagna. But don't lie to me on the menu. Don't say homemade. Don't do that. Anyway, Stouffer's combines two comfort food classics with a new mashup, Lasagna Mac. I might want to try this. Lasagna plus mac and cheese equals Lasagna Mac with creamy, cheesy Stouffer's macaroni cheese stacked between delicious, savory layers of Stouffer's lasagna with meat and sauce. This flavor combination will have your taste buds asking for more. I'm already hungry. I think I'm gonna have to get this. What do you guys think? I'm definitely gonna have to try that. Lasagna Mac is the ultimate comfort food experience you'll never knew you needed, as Stouffer says. Stouffer's lasagna is a limited time promotional item available until summer 2021 when limited number of fans will have a chance to try it. To learn about how you can have a chance to try it for free, follow Stouffer's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But they are going to be putting it out in stores. I don't know if you do, Al, but you DM me and I'll tell you who it was. DM me, Al. I'll tell you who it was. Bringing in their press release, beginning two of our best-selling products is a simple way to express the intent of our new marketing campaign. Happyful, said Megan McLaughlin, brand marketing manager of Stouffer's. We work to create a recipe that make our fans feel both happy and full. Lasagna Mac is a great example of how our innovation is anchored in consumer obsession. Happy Full, which launched earlier this month, is supported with a full integrated efforts, including traditional social media influencer content. Oh, I'm on this. I'm already friends with them. I'm raising my hand. Give me some Stouffer's. Don't tell me it's homemade. Just give me the lasagna mac. I'm taking it. Will you try it? I want to know if you guys will try it. Let me know if you guys will try it. I think I would try it. Mr. B's still the best fast food around. That is a debate right there, my friend. I got to tell you, since we are in Food Town and since we are talking and you brought up the topic, I don't know if I consider Mr. B's fast food. I mean, I know they have a drive-thru and I know their service is fast, but I'm not really sure if I would consider Mr. B's fast food. That's a tough call. Put it in the comments below what you guys think. If you Mr. B's, I don't know. I'm sure it's a regional thing. Not everybody knows what Mr. B's is, but they have the best hot pastrami around. They also have the best tater tots. I don't know what they do with their secret seasoning. It's not Montreal seasoning. I don't know what it is, but they have the best tater tots around. Roast beef subs, sandwiches. I guess it is fast food. I don't know. I mean, it is a chain. I mean, it's not a very popular chain. There's not many left around. Crap. Now I'm really hungry. Now I want to go to Mr. B's, Al. Thanks, buddy. I want a hot pastrami. I mean, I want lasagna mac too. Maybe I'll get a hot pastrami with tater tots and the side of lasagna mac. That's a meal right there. But Mr. B's, yes, hands down, one of the best eateries in the place. I won't say fast food because I'm still not convinced it's a fast food place. Let's leave it at that. They are still one of the best foods around. And probably I would have to say probably one of the healthier options for fast food. We'll say that. If we're going to do that. Even though I don't know if it's fast food. But let's say a chain restaurant. This one's an interesting thing. So when you're thinking ice cream, what flavors are you thinking? You're thinking traditional vanilla, chocolate. There's raspberry. There's black cherry. What fruit? Now I would say apple, but what fruit or flavor I should say that is very apparent in a lot of other items like juices, even cereal. What else would there? There is jelly beans too. But it's grape. How come there's no grape ice cream? I know. I know I would enjoy grape ice cream. Now I love grapes. I love the green ones the best. I love those. The purple ones are not so much, but I do like the green ones the best. They seem juicier and sweeter. But why haven't we had any grape ice cream? So it is, yes, the poor grape, is the loneliest flavor in the kitchen for sure. Though there are many products where grape flavor can be welcome, such as juices, sodas, popsicles, and of course the actual fruit. The one place you really find the grape is in your ice cream. There's been many conspiracy theories of why there hasn't been a grape ice cream and why the lowly grape has yet to make its way to the creamery. But you might find the real reason is the simplest of all. So this is interesting. The main idea running rampant around the internet blames the absence of grape ice cream on the Food and Drug Administration, which banned the flavor because of pet-related hazards. So we know that having chocolate, and I forgot how much it is it a pound for every 5 pounds of dog? So if a dog weighs 5 pounds and eats a pound of chocolate, it'll kill the dog. It would possibly kill the dog. A very good chance to kill the dog. So definitely don't let your dog have chocolate. Chocolate, nothing. Now, supposedly the other rumor is dark chocolate's okay, but again, I wouldn't test that. But grapes, interesting. The legend goes that Ben & Jerry's created a delectable grape ice cream, which has been served to was served to a lucky customer who loved it so much that they fed a bit of it to their beloved dog, who immediately died of anthrocyanin poisoning. Anthrocyanin is the chemical found in grape skins and is poisonous to dogs and cats. After the incident, the FDA ruled that no ice cream manufacturer may sell grape-flavored ice cream. The rumor has been spread by humor sites like EM Toast and The Chive, so it comes as no surprise that Snopes.com has debunked the claim that the FDA would ever intervene on grape ice cream. After all, chocolate is also poisonous to pets, like I said, and that's practically everywhere. The real reason, sadly, far more mundane, in an interview with Thriz, Ben & Jerry's PR lead, Sean Greenwood, cleared up the rumors. Now, I mean, grapes are poisonous to dogs. I mean, that is a thing. I mean, they still sell grapes. But the making ice cream at home, you can get fruit like grapes pretty close to a puree. But when you are using fruit as a base on a large scale, that's when you run into problems, Greenwood told Thrillist. Basically, grapes have high water content, and when manufactured on a large scale, will leave you with unappetizing ice chunks in your ice cream. Okay, I get that, but I've had cherry ice cream with cherry chunks in it. Cherry also, as I said, cherries also have a high water content, yet the fruit is used often in classic flavor combination, like Ben & Jerry's own Cherry Garcia. Most people, Greenland also responded with this. Most people don't even associate grape with ice cream. People grew up on cherry and vanilla. Grape has not broken through the creme de grace ceiling yet. So I don't know. Would you want grape ice cream? I think I'd want to try it. But that is funny that rumor is that urban myth that somebody gave their dog the grape ice cream and the dog passed away. But I don't, you know what? It could be true. You never know. Maybe it's a PR stunt. Anyway. So you know, what's good in the summer? What is something that you really enjoy? Some barbecuing, sitting on your deck with a nice ice cold beer. No, I can't drink beer. I'm allergic. So that doesn't do anything for me. But I know my dad, it's one of the things. On a Sunday afternoon out on the deck, barbecuing some burgers or hot dogs, and you enjoyed a nice cold beer. Well, guess what? You're going to get it even colder now because Natty Light has frozen popsicles for you coming this summer, 21 and over. Dinner Natural Light is instantly recognizable for its cheap beer. You think? Like Peels. What are the other cheapest? Schlitz, Peels. Now PBR's made a comeback, so that's a hipster thing. So that's not in there. Obviously, Natty Ice, Keystone. Name a couple of the other ones. I know there's a bunch of other ones out there. But the 44-year-old brand is branching out to keep fickle drinkers satisfied. The brewer, owned by Anheuser-Busch, has rapidly expanded its option in recent years with new flavors and spiked seltzers. Again, you hipsters. Zima's coming back. I'm telling you right now. All these seltzers are the Zima wannabes. Everybody giving crap of people drinking Zima. Guess what? You're drinking Zima. It says seltzer, but it's Zima. That's all the way it is. But anyway, now it's unleashing boozy popsicles and flavored vodkas. So now we're going to get some cheap vodkas. Why don't you just put out some bones while you're at it? We wanted to be the preferred alcohol brand, not just for beer. For drinkers between 21 and 30 years old, said Daniel Blake, Vice President of U.S. of Value Brands at Anheuser-Busch. In an interview with CNN Business, he said the brand is accomplishing this with new, flavorful, affordable options for drinkers, 21 and 30, the hipsters, you know. It's just like the women with their fruity drinks. Oh, the sex on the beach. No, come on. Anyway, Natty Light's newest product is Nature Days Frozen Icicles, launching nationwide this past Tuesday. The frozen treats come in two flavors: strawberry lemonade and pineapple. Come on, pineapple. It's crap beer. No, the same one's used for its flavored lager brand that uses the Nature Days name. It has 8%. Whoa, it has 8% alcohol by volume and comes in a 12-pack featuring both flavors. So now the popsicles are in a. Got your 12-pack. You're going to go to the beach. I got some popsicles for you. All right. Now the FDA, are they going to cancel this when some kid's going to be eating dad's popsicles and gets drunk and then decides to do something stupid? You know what that is right there. I'm telling you, that's the more you know. Blake hopes the icicles attract drinkers who are beer reluctant and want a refreshing boozy beverage. It's also a way to grow its fan base with a new product that consumers might not associate with Natty Light. Is this kind of like the candy cigarettes back in the day? I'm asking for a friend. No, don't get me wrong. I hated smoking as a kid, but I did like the candy cigarettes because you thought you were cool. Yes, I sadly I started smoking at 30 and I've quit, but yeah, this does not look right. One way is to bringing attention to the Natty Lemonade Shack. Oh man, this is funny. A mobile lemonade-like stand appearing at popular summer drinking destinations starting in June and giving out free beverages. People want variety, which is what drives our innovation strategy, Blake said. The approach has helped Anheuser-Busch sustain sales for budget beer, which experienced a strong increase in 2020 because of the pandemic, with drinkers gravitating toward familiar and affordable brands. Of course, they were unemployed and, you know, they're not going to cancel beer. I'm thumbs up or thumbs down on this. This is not cool. I'm not for it. I can't drink beer anyway. McDonald's is I shouldn't say this, but McDonald's is teaming up with some celebrities to feature a brand new menu collaboration, I should say, excuse me. Now, we've seen some celebrity endorsements, Taco Bell. I think Shaq was at Taco Bell years ago. I think Jordan hit some back in the day. He might even have been McDonald's. But the latest superstars that team up with McDonald's on a new celebrity meal, BTS. This past Monday, the fast food giant announced it will launch the BTS meal starting May 26th in the U.S. and 11 other countries. The meal will be offered in nearly 50 countries during May and June. Chain has successfully launched a similar limited edition celebrity meals featuring musicians Travis Scott and Jay Bavin. The meal includes a 10-piece chicken nugget, medium fries, and a medium Coke. And for the first time in the U.S., sweet chili and Cajun dipping sauces. Now, these sauces are available in South Korea only, so this will be the first time that they're offering this. I'm not a fan of either one of those. The Cajun dipping I might, but the sweet chili I'm not. The band has great memories with McDonald's, said Big Hit Music, the record label of BTS, in a statement. We're excited about this collaboration and can't wait to share the BTS meal with the world. Now, this is a young pop band, just like back in the day. Who do I want to say? Boyz II Men, not Boyz. Yeah, Boyz II Men. Who was that? Wow, I'm trying to blank on this. Who was? Wow, I'm drawing a blank. Who was the other two big? 98 Degrees. That was one, which wasn't so bad. Was New Kids on the Block. That's what I'm thinking of. Customers in the U.S. will be able to order the BTS meal in restaurants and drive-thrus through contactless mobile ordering in the McDonald's app or through the chain's delivery service. We're excited to bring customers even closer to their beloved brand in a way only McDonald's can through our delicious food. When we introduce the BTS signature order on our menu next month, Chief Marketing Officer said it'll be a huge hit, he thinks. I've never had. I do like their chicken nuggets. Fries are good. I think I would replace it though. I don't do soda anymore. I would get the orange high C. No, that's been a big hit. Orange High C, thumbs down. Yeah, there you go. Orange High C is, I'll go through the McDonald's drive-thru just to get Orange High C. I know I can get it in the stores, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. There's something about it. It's just not the same. You're getting it from them. It's different than buying it in the store. I don't know. And lastly, I got something fun here for you guys. And if you're listening to the audio version of this, please put it in the comments now. I found this poll or this list from Taste of Home. Created a list of the most notable food items that came out each year. Eggo waffles, Bazooka bubblegum, Snapple iced tea. So they give the list of the breakdown, and I'd like to know what year that you were born, and I'll tell you what year, what famous food item came out. So for me, I was born in 1970. Yeah, I'm showing my age. What do you think that is a famous item, not a meal or not necessarily a food item, but a famous food? Yes, it's a food item, but it's not a meal. What do you think that came out in 1970? I will tell you in 1971, which shocks me. I did not know that Starbucks coffee was started in 1971. I only knew about them 20 years ago. 1971, Starbucks coffee came out. Let me know what you think came out in 1970. Because we're going to go through a couple other ones. Let's see. Let's go into, this is an interesting one. I didn't know this. 1966, Doritos were made. That's pretty interesting. I did not know that. Goes all the way back to 1940. 1940, York peppermint patties were made. Very interesting. 1941 was Cheerios, which I kind of know. 1943 is kind of weird. It says deep dish pizza. Where? From who? It wasn't Pizza Hut. 1944, one of my favorites as a kid were frozen dinners. The Salisbury steak was my favorite. That was a treat as a kid. And the funny thing is what's best, because you had the Salisbury steak or the turkey dinner, and then you had like a mixture of peas and corn together, or carrots, and then you had that cherry cobbler that was like the nuclear bomb on your mouth. Like it didn't even look hot. Everything else was perfectly cooked. Nice temperature. It's hot. That cherry, you could kill people with that cobbler, cherry cobbler. The minute you put it in your mouth, you got 3rd-degree burns on your tongue. It's crazy, but it didn't stop you from eating it. I did like the turkey dinners. Again, the Salisbury steak was really good. And then it went to Hungry Man. What else? 1949. This is no news. Not new news, I should say. McDonald's fries were developed. Probably still one of the best fries. If you're going to get fast food fries, hands down, it's got to be McDonald's. Burger King, no. Wendy's are crap. What is it? Is it Five Guys? Crap. McDonald's, hands down, has the corner on the market of French fries. 1950, frozen pizza was developed. Very cool. I'm just amazed of how long ago these things were. I just don't get it. 1957, the Whopper was made. 1958, Rice-A-Roni. This is another one that's surprising. Now, how long ago do you think Little Caesars was made? When do you think Little Caesars came around? I'll give you a few seconds on that. Now, let me know what. Here, we'll play this. You got it yet? You're never gonna guess. 1959. What? I was thinking the 80s. I didn't know Little. First off, it's 1959. I didn't hear about Little Caesars Pizza as a kid. There's always Pizza Hut or Domino's later on. I don't believe it. 1961, Sprite was made. 1967, Slurpees were made. That's also a snack because you can get it with the Ices and Slurpees, same thing, because you can serve it with a spoon. As snacks, he knows. 1972, I was 2 years old. McDonald's Egg McMuffin came out. Probably one, for me, I think as a kid, that's probably one of the biggest innovations as a kid, that you could get breakfast. You could get an Egg McMuffin. I thought that was the best as a kid. 1974, who didn't love Pop Rocks? And the urban legend, you can't drink it with soda, you're going to die because it just comes foaming out and whatever. That's funny. 1976, because we were talking about jelly beans. Jelly beans were made. 1978, Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I can't believe so. I'm just amazed of how we didn't know about some of these, that these items have been around for long. So I didn't tell you, but 1970, Orville Redenbacher popping popcorn came out. Now, what was before that? Jiffy Pop. Now, who didn't love Jiffy Pop? Over the stove, over a campfire, watching it pop up in the tinfoil. Orville Redenbacher was good, but I still prefer Jiffy Pop. I don't even know if you can get Jiffy Pop anymore. I'll have to look when I go shopping. I don't know if you can still get Jiffy Pop, but I loved that as a kid. I thought that was fun. A couple others. 1989 was Lunchables. Reese's Peanut Butter. Say that 10 times fast. Reese's Peanut Butter Puff cereal was in 1994. Blue M&Ms were in 1995. So there you go. Let us know in the comments. Put your age in, and I'll tell you what food was brought on your year of birth. Oh, what's that? Oh, we got our check. Looks like it's last call. Look like they're closing down. So we're gonna have to head out. Get back in the car. All right. Let's go. Get in the car. I got the food. I got it to go. We're good. All right, let's go. No, don't look at Hank. Don't, even if he waves to you, don't look at Hank. He's in a poncho. He's going to flash you, and you're not going to want to see any of that. No. All right. Let's go. We just turned right. We just passed Hank. Don't look. All right. We are back. It was a nice trip into Food Town. I love Food Town. I am the same age as Wendy. I don't understand who's Wendy. Is that Crypto Al? As we're talking, if you're listening to the audio version, I'm talking with our listeners that are interacting. And yes, you can still buy Jiffy Pop. Awesome. I think I might have to go buy Jiffy Pop this week just to try it. What the hell? Popcorn's good for you. Anyway, we are back in the studio. We haven't done this segment in a while, so let's get right into. You'll know what I mean when I do this. Nope, that's the wrong one. You know what that means, right? No, nothing. All right, we're diving deep into the junk drawer today. We got some fun finds. First tiny home community for the homeless in California opens. Now, this has been something that's been going 1959 Wendy's. Oh, okay. All right, let me go back. In 1959, as I'm taking care of our fans. Oh, Little Caesars Pizza. All right, so Little Caesars Pizza. I still can't believe they're 1959. And you know what? Before I get into the junk drawer, you know what? I'm going to push the drawer back in because we did just get back from Food Town. But I want to mention something to one of our new advertisers, Holy Grail Steaks. Visit holygrailsteaks.com right now and receive 15% off your first purchase through the month of April alone. And it's 15% off. Now, they have this great Mother's Day bundle package right now. Now, Holy Grail Steak is some top-end steak. It's Wagyu. I'm sure I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but they are top notch. The steaks for the meats they have here are for special occasions like Mother's Day, Christmas, Father's Day, or just because let's, treat your friend or whoever to some great steaks. They got Japanese Wagyu, they got United States Wagyu, but this Mother's Day package that they just put out this weekend is amazing. It comes with one 2.8 ounce jar of Italian black truffles and olive oil, 2 6-ounce New Zealand wild cut fillets. The salmon they look amazing. And 2 8-ounce upper prime black Angus filet mignon. Excuse me, not prime rib, prime black Angus filet mignon. Now, this package is at $149, but you can get it for 15% off. There's other items on there, a little bit less expensive. I'm getting a couple of the burgers, and I'm going to try one of the fillets. But through the month of April, you receive 15% off when you use promo code FOODTOWN. Right? Come on, right? It's appropriate. Only for you listeners out there. 15% off through the month of April. We're going to be doing some more with them. But from what I've heard from the steak experts that are some of my friends out there, that Wagyu is like amazing steak. The marbling is amazing. But again, this Mother's Day dinner bundle is a great deal. Again, so 1 2.8 ounce jar of Italian black truffles and olive oil, 2 6-ounce New Zealand wild cut salmon fillets, 2 8-ounce upper prime black Angus filet mignon. Check them out. Go over to holygrailsteak.com, put in Food Town to receive 15% off your purchase. All right, can we get back into the junk drawer? Let me get in here. Grab this again. All right. Like I said before, first tiny home community for the homeless in California opens. Now, we've been talking about this for, I think we reported on this before, that there's a little tiny houses are all popping up, but now this is the first community to actually be set up. Some people think that those that are homeless are the dregs of society that shouldn't be given a bother. They're either a waste of space, whatever. Not many stop to think that these people are the way they are due to circumstances beyond their control. Some don't have enough money, or even if they somehow find work. Some of them even used to be from our armed forces, some whose families may have abandoned them due to not being able to cope with their PTSD. Whether the case, a lot of people don't think of their situation. Now, I know there's been stories, and I think we even reported on this, that there was a few people that became homeless because of the pandemic. Like, they were wealthier, they had a lot going on. Yes, there might have been other circumstances to figure out the situation why they're homeless, but now they're on the streets. California is taking a chance and changing it. So it seems that some people in San Jose, California, are also doing their best to care for them. It's finally possible after years of back and forth debate, because the first of 2 planned locations has officially opened this past month in San Jose, California. In a press event, the state of California marked the opening of the Madbury Bridge Housing Project, a transitional housing facility with a capacity to house 40 people, built on land owned by the Valley Transit Authority. These are what most will call tiny homes. They're one-room homes, taken directly from the current movement known as the tiny house movement. According to the 2018 International Residential Code, Appendix Q, the definition of a tiny home is a residential structure under 400 square feet. These homes that the people in San Jose, California made fit the definition and were tiny homes. So they're setting up a community, and you can see the pictures online, and it really is a community. It's like a little housing development. I think it's amazing. I hope there's more communities, more cities to be able to do that, especially on city land or whatnot, and help these people out and hopefully get them back on track. So we've seen in the movies, ritual burials, ritual burnings. Star Wars, Darth Vader burned like a Viking, on a bed of wood and just going up in a ceremonial fire. If you watch Supernatural, that's how they burned all their family members so they wouldn't come back as tortured ghosts. Well, Maine may soon legalize Viking-style funerals so you can go out in a blaze of glory. You can go out like Darth Vader. A proposed bill by a determined funeral services company could make this happen in a northeastern state. How would you want your funeral to be? There are a lot of ways to go about it. Of course, it's not often thought of because the thought of planning your own death event isn't quite a happy one, but something that you should think about anyway. But if you were to describe how you would like your funeral to be, naturally the words epic or badass might come into mind. Sure, there are a lot of perfect songs that you might. What would be your funeral song? What would you want to go? I think Hell's Bells from AC/DC. It's just the one that came up to mind because I think that would be cool. I don't want anybody crying at my funeral. Hell's Bells, because that's probably where I'm going. Anyway, back in the days of the Viking warriors, most fractions used to lay their dead on a boat and let it out to sea. The boat was filled with hay and other inflammable material, and an archer would fire an arrow at it. Once the boat lights up, it became a glorious burning ember until it finally burns everything, including the corpse, to a crisp before being engulfed by the water. These Norsemen were following the will of the god Odin, and this was a ceremonial, obviously ritual, who wished that all dead men be burned and their belongings laid with them upon the pile, and their ashes be cast into the sea or buried in the earth. Well, you can do that now in Maine. Well, if you feel like you would like to do that, go out and blaze of glory, and you might find that your options are quite scarce here in North America, obviously. As of now, Colorado remains the only state where you can officially be cremated in this manner. Let's face it, there are a few ways cooler than this. And if that's the only place, that looks like Colorado is going to record a high number of funeral services in the coming decades. But Maine, reported by the Portland Press Herald, is passing that as well. So for us on the East Coast, enter Sandman. Oh, there you go. All right. That would be a good funeral song. I would have to say yes. So if you want to carry on Viking tradition, be put on a boat, cast out to the sea, and off you go. I think the thing is, I wonder how much that would cost. I bet you would that be cheaper than a funeral home and a casket? Because casket prices are crazy right now. I had to go through it with my dad a few years ago, and I didn't have to go through it, but I was hearing the costs, and literally, even if you were going to get a pine box, it was cheaper for you to go to Lowe's and build it. It was crazy. But anyway. Let's see what else we got in the junk drawer today. You want to be my neighbor? That's right. You can buy the house where Mr. Rogers once lived. That's right. You can be in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Pittsburghers have the distinct pleasure of saying they live in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, but few can say that they live in his house. This is the 3,693 square foot home where Fred Rogers and his wife, Joan Rogers, lived in the 1960s is for sale. The home at 5381 Northumberland Street in Square Hill. Yeah, I'm telling you, these names are weird. It was just listed on Zillow this past 2 weeks ago, two Thursdays ago, for $850,000. The 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom home was built in 1921. It boasts 2 fireplaces, 2 sets of French doors, and a stunning library off the dining room. In the listing, Caldwell Banker real estate agent Linda Corrin included a birth announcement of the couple's youngest son, John, from a 1961 alumni publication. Fred and Joanne met while attending Rollins College in Florida, which lists the house as the family's address. Seller Allison Shin, who lives there now, who has lived in the home for about 10 years, told the Corkin that she had heard Fred Rogers had once owned the house, but never had much proof until they started going through public records. She did spot a photo in a magazine once of Fred Rogers standing in front of the house that looked remarkably similar to hers. One neighbor told Shin that when a biographer was in town reporting on Rogers' life, someone told the writer that Mr. Rogers called the North Harmon instructor his favorite house. Former neighborhood residents also recounted Shin how Mr. Rogers would put on a puppet show for local children when he lived in Northumberland. This was always his passion, Corrigan said. He was no different. He was no different offset as he was on set. He was no different offset than he was on set. Gotcha. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, Mr. Rogers was working as a composer, organist, and puppeteer on the Children's Corner at WQED. I did not know that. It's pretty cool. Which introduced viewers to Daniel Striped Tiger, Harana Pussycat, X the Owl, and King Friday. So he got it off as a radio show. That's really cool. That is pretty cool. Or was it a TV show? It should be a WQED. It sounds like a radio show, but it must, if he's doing puppets, well, who knows? I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. So also during this time, Mr. Rogers earned his degree from Pittsburgh Theological Seminary, where he was ordained as a Presbyterian minister in 1963. How cool is that? Would you want to buy Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? I think it might be kind of creepy. That might be kind of a little creepy. I'm not sure, but I would think that'd be kind of creepy. But that's today's junk drawer. Everybody, I hope you're enjoying this night edition. Go back and listen to or rewatch the audio version. It will be out tomorrow, but go back and rewatch the Thursday morning edition, which I had this morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, where we did a little bit of the more you know, just to recap. Not recap, but this one I'm ready to recap because some of you weren't listening this morning. We also did some Hollywood news and Strange Tales. There's some great stuff in the Strange Tales. So you got two shows, but two different shows right off the bat today. So you're getting DW times 2. I don't think there could be I don't think the world could handle 2 DWs. I don't think that would be really good for anybody, this matter. But everybody, thank you so much for joining me. As always, I want to thank you, our sponsors and advertisers for today. Body Armor, drinkbodyarmor.com. Visit them for a location near you. Venture Family Fun Center. They are now open. Check their website out for hours. And if you need more information, it'll be adventurefamilyfun.com. You also visit the Shirt Factory, gf.com. They have a new food truck event coming up on April 30th to help with proceeds going to the South High Marathon Dance. They've been doing this for years. Those kids have made so much money. It's unreal. And we'll talk more about that. And also chasesportscomplex.com. They have volleyball, indoor batting cages, and so much more. And lastly, don't forget, go over to holygrailsteaks.com. Put in Food Town at checkout, receive 15% off your first purchase through the month of April, no matter what. But check out that Mother's Day special. I got some chefs on here. I know they know that's a great special right there. The caught is amazing. Again, this is not like, what do I want to say? What is the another meat companies out there? For some reason, the name escapes me. These are for special occasions. These are nice meats. Who says I got nice meat? Yeah, I know. I should file that joke. Never mind. I'll go somewhere else with that. But they have some great items there. These are for special occasions, anniversary, birthday. Even just say, just for hell, you want to have a romantic dinner that's going to go well with your boyfriend or girlfriend. This is the place to go. And again, put in Food Town at checkout to receive 15% off your entire purchase. Everybody, I hope you have an amazing evening, and I will see you tomorrow.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation, found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.